Hi, my name is Chuck Billy, and I want to thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel, Corvettes 918. You know, this past Saturday I went to a Corvette show in Shawnee, Oklahoma, where I seen a lot of beautiful Corvettes. But what stuck with me the most was a gentleman who was there sharing his story about how his wife, Linda, his two grandchildren, Brookie and Jace, had lost their lives when a young man decided he needed to text and drive. And after listening to his testimony and seeing the carnage of the car in which they were driving, I knew I needed to make a video about this. Because in our society today, the cell phone has literally become a part of our anatomy. Many of us, it's hard to put it down. But there is a time when we all must put it down. And that's when we get behind the wheel of a car. I want to share with you briefly his story.
My wife had come to a complete stop, and this kid, he was 17 years old at the time, turned 18 3 weeks later. He was driving the next size up from that right there. He was driving a Ford F-350, and he hit him at 80 plus miles an hour. He had phone in hand, phone in use, and he was texting and driving, and he killed my grandkids instantly. My grandson sat behind my wife. My wife lasted about 2 to 3 hours. My grandniece was on the other side in the back seat, and basically it took her in a sitting position and put her feet up to her head and shoved her up towards the roof. And she took an hour and a half they had to cut this cross member right here out on the other side. They had to cut that out and then manipulate her to get her out of the vehicle. They metaflighted her to Children's Hospital, and she went home that night. And the story that she tells is that Jesus came to her and told her it wasn't her time, and that if she would be calm, everything would be all right. And then Jesus went over and spoke with my grandchildren, and she said she was getting burned on the inside of her arm, and that 2 angels came and put their wings around her to protect her, and that it was like white glitter. And she said there were other angels that were in the vehicle as well, and they asked her how many. She said 17 total, and she's 6 years old. Went home without a broken bone. Her father's got pictures of scarring down her arm, or not scarring, but bruising down her arm. He said it was just disappearing as the hours would pass. She couldn't walk when she got to the hospital, and an hour and a half later she was walking without a limp. She had a huge scar on her chin, looked like a horseshoe, and she was in my house 3 days later, and there wasn't a mark on her.
My friend, there is no text. There is no social media post that you need to reply to while driving that's worth your life and the lives of those around you. Because when these tragedies happen, it's just not the people who are involved that their lives are changed, but their families are changed and their loved ones' lives are changed. So stand with me in saying, I'm going to put it down when I get into the car. So I'm going to have linked below their website where you can go to, you can donate to their cause, they have a few items that you can purchase to help you put it down. Thank you for watching.